Along to the show. I'm Adam. Make sure you do give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe if you're tuning in for the first time. If you like talk straightforward, we're talking OMAR BERRADA being the man that is going to give Ten Hag the axe unless Ten Hag turns it around. We're talking updates on Ahmad Palestra, what has been said by David Brailsford. Casemiro's also been talking tonight. I may talk about Rashford. I mean, I don't think we've talked enough about him, have we, recently? But yeah, obviously there is a video circulating social media regarding what happened in Northern Ireland and how right we was. All I've got to say on the matter is, I told you so. And my stance on the club statement still, there is... This is why I'm annoyed. I'm going to get into that as well, but I don't want to make this show all about Marcus Rashford. I'm sick to death of the guy taking all of the headlines away, and there is more important things at hand here right now. We'll deal with him in the summer because nothing's going to happen this month, as we know. We'll touch on it, like I said, but I want to move forward. I want to start talking about the club and try and look at it in a positive sense and what's going on behind the scenes, because we're hearing also that there is a 4-man shortlist now. We've been looking at a possible 8 candidates for the director of football role from abroad, from Maldini to Ashworth. There's all sorts of names being brought out. We're going to talk about them and how close that decision is. How close is the ratification actually for Ineos and getting over the line? All of that tonight and all of the news that has come out through the day and this afternoon. Hope you've had a great one, everyone. Welcome to the show. Make sure you get your comments in the live section. And then if you haven't watched and you're catching up later, obviously, drop your comments on the video if you are watching, playing catch up. There is a lot of football on tonight, so let's get on with it so everyone can get their feet up and watch the game. Some big ones tonight. I think Villa against Newcastle's the one that I'd probably keep an eye on more. My man Craig, he's over there with Ben on top of the league covering that one. So do fly across and give it a watch and obviously have a little bit of a laugh. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one where that goes. But, hey, our game's on Thursday and we're looking ahead to that. What is going to be a real test, and obviously leads into the conversation, which is tonight. So, the news is, I'll bring up what's actually been said first of all, so you guys can understand where I'm at and what has been said. So it came out before from the Telegraph. James Ducker, OMAR BERRADA and Manchester United's incoming director of football will ultimately be the ones to determine the fate of Erik Ten Hag. Also, in the same publications, Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos Group is reportedly close to appointing a new director of football with 4 names on the final shortlist. We'll talk about them in a minute, but top story there, OMAR BERRADA. Now, what does that mean? Well, straight away, if you start thinking about it, it means that we are probably going to be seeing Ten Hag in that dugout until the end of the season, because if you're going off reports, gardening leave with OMAR BERRADA, he is going to be in charge in his role come the end of the season and the summer. So does that mean that Ten Hag is okay and is safe up until then? Do performances have to be... do we have to have that standard on the pitch? Do we have to hit a certain mark? Is there a target for Ten Hag from here on in? Are we sticking to our guns where it is Champions League football or bust? Well, I think we'll just be looking from afar. I think OMAR BERRADA will make that decision. It all leads into the conversation that we're going to have regarding David Brailsford and what he's been saying to the players as well. So, yeah, let's look at it and go, well, okay, yes, Ten Hag, you can turn it around on the pitch, but eyes are watching and poor results won't go unnoticed. So let's get this right on the pitch first and foremost. And if not, then you're in trouble. You really are in trouble. So OMAR BERRADA will be watching from afar, no doubt, and obviously the directors of football. So Ten Hag really does have to... He does have to get some... He has to get some brownie points behind himself here, don't he, with the hierarchy, just to prove that he has got what it takes. So BERRADA, I feel, won't mess around. He's talked about not actually waiting around. He's talked about it with players. You perform or you are out of the football club. No hanging around, no drops in standards and things like that. And that is what has been happening to Manchester United recently. We've got a couple of memberships to get through. General Foodie has dropped a new one in. Madhouse is now a member. He has got legendary status. He is a member of FUTV. Welcome to the Members Club, Madhouse. Thank you, General Foodie. And the legend that is the Honest Tiger is back in the house. We have missed him. He has dropped a super chat in with a super chat with a catch. This is for you guys. Hi Adam, here is 20. Can you do a comp for 2 lucky members to win an FUTV mug? Thank you. Keep up the great work. Mate, I absolutely will do that. We are going to do I'll tell you what we'll do with this, guys, just so you guys know who is watching right now. I'll remind everyone at the end as well. We're going to do a little bit of a community post to give away one of the mugs, the FUTV mugs, generously donated by Honest Tiger. We'll do a couple of them and I'll announce it a bit later on, if not probably tomorrow. So stay tuned to the community post. Honest Tiger's donation is going right back in to the community, guys. So stay tuned for that. Welcome to the members club. Also, London 1965-7. Absolute madman. Upgrading to the Red 2. Legendary status. Thank you so much. Love that. And yeah, again, all of your contributions are more than welcome, guys. Absolutely loving it. And I think we have got one more. Huggles has dropped another membership in. And Ollie Khan, welcome to the members club, my friend. You lucky, lucky boy. So yes, one of the members is going to be that lucky that they are going to get one of the FUTV mugs. That will be legendary status and a half, I'd say. But yeah, thank you guys. What a start to the show. And please guys, on 6 minutes, I think we could make that 100 like mark before the 10-minute mark. So let's get liking the video as well. Fantastic. Hey guys, if you are just joining in and you are subscribing for the first time, this is what this community is like. This is what we are like here on FUTV. Everyone is welcome. Everyone has an opinion. And we do spend plenty of time in the chat talking about your comments, not just super chats. Unlike other people, we like to bring up everyone's opinions. Brian says, and now they're going to walk straight back in even after being dropped by the national team. Probably, and this is what we're saying. It's things like this that Brian's just brought up there that Ten Hag will die by for me, and will end up losing his job, because I feel Manchester United right now, he's playing players that he wants to make work just to save himself blindly and not seeing the real picture. The real picture is that these players clearly are not good enough and are going to be the ones that send him down. So with Berrada watching this, you know what his stance is. If players are underperforming, then the expectation is that they will be moved on. Ten Hag has wasted money in players. Well, he's not wasted the money, the club has, but he's wasted places in the team, let's say, because he is in charge of them players that are coming in. And these are the ones that he's trying to make work. So straight away, I'm talking the likes of Rashford now that he's tried to save and keep under wraps. Anana, his big signing, his goalkeeper, failing at the football club. Anthony, another one, failing at the football club. All of these massive, massive decisions are going against Ten Hag right now. He's got nowhere to hide, and Berrada is looking. He will be the one that makes the decision. So it's a case of make it work, pray that the players do their jobs, and we somehow get through this season, because there's going to be no messing around in the summer. And like there's been a few reports, as well as the one in the Telegraph, about there being no guarantee that Ten Hag's job is going to be safe come the summer. So no, for me, definitely, his job is on the line. It really is. He's for me, if you was balancing it between the 100, I would say he was 70-30 convinced he is going to be gone right now. And that's with everyone. Everyone looking in, all of the fans at the club, probably the people at the club right now, because you know what happens if we're not in the Champions League. It costs us a lot of money. The manager gets the axe. Can you imagine? I could actually see a summer where Manchester United lose the manager and about, you could say, what, about 350, nearly 400 million pounds worth of talent that we've spent gone as well, of worth. So you could, the equivalent of Anthony, Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, Casemiro, Varane, and all of these players that could be gone in the summer. Add that all up of what their value is, what Manchester United spent on them. Madness. The madness that is coming this summer. Crazy. Almost at the 100 like mark, guys. Come on, get it. You will get there. I'm going to get into your comments straight away on Erik ten Hag. Does it please you guys that we've actually got someone in charge that isn't afraid to just go, no, not good enough, see you later? That's what it is. So many memberships given during these streams. So sweet. That is correct. Yes. It is the best community out there. Is Mount back anytime soon? We're hearing, Luke, that Mason Mount is possibly available for selection for the Wolves game. There has been a little bit of a rumour going around today that Mount may be available. So let's see. He won't play. But it's available. It's available. Louise, hi Adam, you said about reading all the chats, not just supers, and I thought of a certain other channel that doesn't just as you mentioned it. Well, there you go. Everyone's thinking the same thing. And now it would be even worse with jet lag. Not on them private jets. I mean, I seen another picture of him, honestly. I seen a picture of him going out like the glitch from the Matrix, and then I seen another one with him smiling coming back, and he's like, "Hey, Altai Bayende, I'm coming back for my spot, my friend." God, man, it's painful, isn't it? It really is painful. It's it is what he's going to finish Ten Hag. I'm telling you now. His love for the people that he's brought in and his will to make it work, blindly make it work, is what's going to cost him his job. And there's no security there right now. I'm going to talk about my opinion on what has just happened with Rashford again in terms of that video that's come out. This will also finish him for me. Can't stand Lashford. I tell you what, Rashford's surname has basically thrown him under the bus with all of the headlines, hasn't it? We've had Cashford, we've now got Lashford. London 1965-7 says, can't stand Lashford, but if we punish him by not playing him, we'll lose value when we sell him in the summer. Cheers. Cheers for your super chat as well, my friend. Love that. And you can now like the super chats as well, guys. So make sure you give some love to London 1965-7. Thank you so much for the super chat. Luke says, I hope Rashford goes, to be honest. I always believed he was one of the poisonous players along with Pogba and Sancho. Yeah, there's a lot of people now convinced that he is one of the main culprits for the leaks as well. Honest Tiger has just gifted another membership as well. And Luke, who I just read comment out of, I think YouTube must have been listening, my friend, because you are now part of the members club. Thank you so much, Honest Tiger, and welcome, Luke. You legend of a man. Welcome to the crew. Ollie Khan, I don't want to be disrespectful to Onana, but does he seem a tad out of shape? Oh, I don't know, mate. Or is it just a large frame? Hey, it's not for us to say, but this is the problem that I've personally had. I'm not just bringing it up because you said it then, Ollie. I think the fitness of our team, I think players drop in and out of shape. Personally, I mean, Luke Shaw's a big one for this. Up, down, constantly, all the time. It's a worry. It really is. It really is a worry. And we always look like we tire towards the end of games. We look like we're lagging. Everyone always looks like they've got one up on us. And that's a massive concern for me. It really is. No way, Max. Alexis was so much worse than any of those. Pogba also was a terrible signing. Alexis Sanchez, wow, yes. One of Ed Woodward's masterstrokes. Berrada was the one that said no to Sanchez as well for Manchester City. So, good signs, guys. Good signs, definitely. I did want to talk about, quickly, just finish up with the Rashford side of things and why I wasn't happy with the statement last night. You guys tuned in late. Thank you so much for doing that, guys. And we talked about Rashford. We talked about the statement that came out, how it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough because now you've got all the media backlash which has come out this morning. You've now got the video that's come out on The Sun. So the waitress from the first restaurant that Marcus Rashford went to has spilled the beans on Marcus Rashford, saying he couldn't even get... He could barely walk by the end of it. This is what happens. This is what happens. You cannot make something an internal matter that is already out in the public, and you're going to get the backlash, and it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Transparency was needed by the football club, owning up to it. Now you've got all of the media jumping in on this now and making it 20 times worse. United could have just made a point and made Rashford stand out and punish him for everyone to see, because he deserves punishing. Some people still believe that he's all right doing what he's doing, by the way, and are trying to defend him. But me, I look at it and I go, well, I can see why you can sort of say like what Gary Neville said this morning. Yeah, the players need to go out. They need to enjoy themselves. There needs to be a balance. But it's timings. I've said it all along with Rashford. My issue is he's brought all of this on himself because he cannot read the room. People talking about him in self-destruct mode. Well, it's not so much him. It's his people around him. He's run by everyone else. He's just surrounded himself with people telling him he is the next best thing. He is God's gift. That's what they're telling him. They have to be telling him that. Otherwise, he wouldn't make silly mistakes like this. And like Neville said, like Shaver said, Alan McCoist, all of these well-known stars have said the same thing. People are now going to start getting a different opinion of you, and your status at the football club changes very, very quickly. You can go from hero to zero very quickly at this football club. And Rashford's on that trajectory right now. He needs to sort it out because you cannot hide anything at Manchester United. And the club have dropped him probably back in it, to be honest. So, yes, there you go. Guys, our partnership with SofaScore is still going there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. There is a QR code to scan for all your up-to-date team news, injury news, score updates for every single club through all of the leagues and the whole pyramid, including internationals. And on top of that, all sports around the world as well. Someone actually messaged last night saying it's great SofaScore, but the problem is they actually told me that there's been a goal scored before I'd actually seen it on my TV over in America. That's how quick it is. Sharp. The best that there is. And they are partners with FUTV. The link is in the description. Kaz has kindly put it in the live chat as well there now, guys. So do give it a click. And do just download that app. It is free and it is the best. Also, on top of that, as you'll see from last night, a Fantasy 5 partnership is still running as well. We have a Fantasy League, which I want you guys to join. All the instructions are there. If you drop to the community post, it explains a little bit more and gives you the opportunity and the codes to join the FUTV League as well. See if you can test your mettle against me and your knowledge of Premier League players. Let's see what you've got. Lenny is loving the show. I'm loving it. Thanks for the comment as well, Lenny. Chat feels upbeat. I feel like we've got a game of football on our hands coming soon. Quickly wanted to just go into what is coming up. We have got, obviously, all of the content this week regarding the game. There is going to be a new show building up to the game as well against Wolves. So tune into that. That's going to be kicking off at 6 o'clock on Thursday. I'll be then flying across to join Craig on top of the league to do a watch along for the game. So the watch along is going to be on top of the league this week, guys. We're going to get a bit of banter rolling back and forth again. And I've not really had a chance to talk to Craig on air since Jurgen Klopp has announced his retirement. Well, kind of retirement from football, or leaving Liverpool, should we just say. So that, and then we were coming back across to FUTV for the live reaction to the game. Jay will be joining me, and then I will be doing the player ratings after that. So content is stacked. I think we'll be having a bit of a hookup with Said again this week. And obviously, match day this weekend. West Ham, we're going to have coverage before the game. We're going to have coverage after the game. And then we've got all the content on match day as usual as well in between. It is absolutely stacked with content for you guys coming up now over the next 5 days. So make sure you've got your subscription button on and make sure you've hit that bell notification button as well, because there's loads coming. Straight back to the chat, because his 5th super chat's here on FUTV. Anthony ONG, welcome my friend. Thank you for another super. Adam, I'm flying from Singapore to Manchester for the Everton match the 9th of March on my birthday. How do I find you after the game? We'll be at the Manchester suite. Oh, someone's spending some money, aren't they, Anthony, in the old Manchester suites? Very lavish one, that one. Great view as well. One of the best seats in the house, actually. So, not saying I've been there. I've been to the sofa one above it. But yeah, no, that was a while ago for a stag do for my brother. I have been in that suite. It is good. Hopefully you'll get a good legend in there as well of the club. Someone coming around, usually talking to you. One good thing that they do have there, you know, they do spend a lot of time, the legends, with the people in the suites. It's the least they could do, the amount of money they charge bleeding people. It's scandalous. But yeah, you will find me outside. If you just message me beforehand or closer to the time, we're always outside the East Stand where the Trinity statue is and the Sir Matt Busby statue. We'll always be there. We're there for a good hour and a bit after the game, so you got plenty of time to enjoy yourself. Don't drink too much before you come out, though. Actually, do. Go and enjoy yourself. Back into the chat again we go. Lee Dixon, Rashford needs to stop. Rashford needs a top striker to play with Højlund. He's just a project. Garnacho needs to be given a chance in the number 9. Reminds me of a young Aguero so much. Don't get why he ain't had a chance at 9. I don't believe Garnacho's got the strength for 9, to be honest. I really don't. I like him on the wing. I think he's dangerous. He's dynamic. I think you don't know which way he's going. He can put a cross in at the moment. He's the only one that looks like he's possibly got the potential to get that ball into Højlund. So, yeah, no, I prefer him out on the left, to be honest. What else have we got? See. Love it. Yeah, looks like an action man. Great to have on the show. Don't know who's an action man. Don't even know what that comment is all about. Anyway, back into some stories. We've just spun off a little bit there anyway. So David Brailsford has been talking, and Casemiro has been talking about Sir David Brailsford and Sir Jim Radcliffe. I don't know if you guys have seen the quotes from Casemiro, pretty much just stating his love for Manchester United and how much he's enjoyed his time at the club, how welcomed he has been made at Manchester United by the fans and the club. He wants to stay at Manchester United. He's also been talking about Sir Jim Radcliffe. And his words were, he's already introduced himself to us. With his experience, he'll turn Manchester United to the highest possible level. We are very hungry to learn, grow and take the club to the highest place. So that was Casemiro talking about Sir Jim Radcliffe. David Brailsford has also been talking. David Brailsford spoke to the team on Monday to present the Ineos plan to create an ecosystem of excellence. That sounds good, doesn't it? An ecosystem of excellence. Now, they have been thinking about that one, haven't they? That is like the motto going in. The ecosystem of excellence. And there should be a red sign or a red sort of button that comes up. Like every time a player walks through that door, it's like, no, not good enough. Out you go. We'll have about 4 players left if we put one of their mechanisms on the door at Carrington, won't we? This is it. Ineos is here at Manchester United. Only the best will do. People walk through with the DNA recognition, big technology, and no Manchester United player gets through the door simply because they ain't cutting it. They ain't good enough. So he explained the ecosystem of excellence and explained that this could only be achieved with the full investment of players, collaboration and discipline. On the day Marcus Rashford rolled into Carrington to explain why he was taking a private jet back to Manchester, calling in sick, bladdered with his entourage in tow. Whoa, how ironic is that? The ecosystem of excellence. They explained to the squad, well, their highest earned player was rolling through the door, bladdered. Good luck with that one. They want to be more culture-focused, Ineos, in their decision-making, and I've noted Arsenal as an example where cutting ties with players instead of trying to hold out for a fee can help reshape a squad and develop an environment of healthy habits. Yeah, I agree with all of that. Obviously, the Aubameyang situation, point in case, really, there, isn't it, with Arsenal. I would say that would be Marcus Rashford right now. One of the biggest earners, the main striker, the shirt seller. If Manchester United are going to go down that road of making football first, then Marcus Rashford is top of the list to make an example of. That's how it should be. It really should. Almost 150 likes in the bag, guys. Please give the video a like. Around about 400 in the room with us right now. Thank you so much for tuning in again, everybody. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat on the Ineos saga. Not saga, sorry, that's Rashford's the saga. Ineos is the prospects. Ineos is the light at the end of the tunnel. Kaz says, I really like Casemiro. Don't think he came back fit this season, but hope he can perform now. Frank Davison, For me, Højlund is going to be a real top number 9. He's fast, strong and angry. First touch needs some work though. I think that's what we can work on with him. I mean, little bits like that to his game can definitely be improved. But he's still young. He is still young. So 150 up on the likes, guys. Over 400 with us. Thank you so much. Cal B, the Benzema gang. Why should Benzema do so much better? Would he get the balls the wingers never play? No, he wouldn't. But yeah, that Benzema news earlier on today, it wasn't news, and it was complete crap. So yeah, he's not coming to United. It's quite simple. We cannot afford anyone. Graham says, making examples of players and exposing unnecessarily is not the cleverest strategy. There's nothing to expose, Graham, because everyone's seen it. And a girl's come out on a video and told us exactly what Rashford did. So it doesn't matter what the club do. The club just need to stand by what the real facts are. And the facts are, them people were there, they know more, and the club can't hide it. But it's been brushed under, only for that little noise to come out, which was, like I said last night, the British media, which lift the rug back up and drag it back out again, making it look 20 times worse because it's full of dust and dirt. That is what happens with Manchester United when you try to cover things up. Don't make something internal that is already out in the public eye. Bit of advice for the club right there. It doesn't work. Club prospect. Club. Is that prospect? The club protects their assets. He's not an asset though, is he? He's an asset in value, and I feel like in what Giorgio's saying there, we're protecting his value more than anything right now. They're trying to protect him, but you can't protect what's already been outed. So it makes the club look stupid. This is the point I'm getting at. I understand everyone on the stance of, yeah, let's try not make this worse than what it already is. But let's be clear here. Everyone knows what's happened. It's all coming out today after the club have tried to cover it up. It's not a good look for the football club. Marcus Rashford, like I said on Friday, before all of it came out, he has disrespected the football club so many times this season. He's going to do it again. He cannot help himself. Manchester United right now just have to try and nurse Rashford through to the end of the season and then cash in, sell him. That's what needs to happen. So hopefully he can play well and do us a favour and get us up there. But it is going to be the end of Marcus Rashford. It has to be. We cannot build a team around Marcus Rashford. That's what I'm saying. He's not good enough anyway to do it. So while he's at this stage right now, do you really want to be doing everything in your power to try and keep hold of a player that isn't going to get any better than what he is now and has got the problems off the pitch and he's costing you a fortune and the new model that's coming in isn't going to allow this kind of wage structure ever again? Is this not the perfect opportunity to just cut right through this, draw a line under it and start Ineos off with a bang? 350k a week is an awful lot of money. An awful lot. You could literally be getting rid of 600, over $500,000 a week in wages in Rashford and Martial in one summer and getting change from Rashford to bring in someone else that is going to work under this new structure and this new era of Manchester United. That, for me, is the plan. That's where it needs to go. Honest Tiger, with Rash being on 350k a week, do you think it's about time we have a wage cap? 100%, and that is what I hope is going to be happening when Ineos take over, Honest Tiger. It has to happen. Otherwise, the club is not going to be sustainable with PSR and financial fair play. It really isn't. Another gifted membership from Anthony ONG, taken up by Cal Startup. Welcome to the Members Club, my friend. I think in the last few days we've had about 20 new members or something like that. It is fantastic at the moment, guys. Keep it up. I am loving it. And keep liking the video as well, guys. We're crawling up to that 200 mark again. You know that's the cutoff. We have to make it there, guys. 350 grand over 5 years is a lot of money. Yes, it is. And it would be a big chunk out of the issue, which is PSR right now. Adam, what is this about with Rashford and depression and girlfriend problem? Well, yeah, we all know that Rashford has had issues in his personal life with his relationship with his long-term partner. That's been documented and, again, is out in public. I don't know if they were getting back together. I don't know. There was one point where they did get back together. That clearly looks like that's ended now because of his antics in Belfast. Surely you wouldn't be with Rashford if you could see what he was doing and what that girl in that video was saying. You would be out of there quickly, wouldn't you? Unless she's completely lying. But from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of people backing up what that girl has said in the video that the Sun has released. So, yes, we have to look at that as that is what happened. And there's no escaping that for Marcus Rashford now. He has to deal with what he's done off the pitch. That's now on him. And, well, there's no helping him on that side. Only him. Only he can help himself on that. Trashy is toxic. We need to get rid. Well, women's football is terrible. What's the conversation about women's football? I don't think women's football is terrible. I actually enjoy it. Boxing straight talk. Whoever give Rashford 375 a week. It's not 375. It's 325 basic with add-ons and bonuses, which usually take it up to 350 mark. So his base is 325. Kazzy's on the way to pick Franks up. She's leaving the house, moving out for Franks. She's on the way to pick her up now. Thank you, Kaz, as always. Make sure you all wave bye to Kaz in the chat, please, everyone. Please do subscribe if you are tuning in for the first time. We're on the road to 38k. That 40 mark is just on the horizon, guys. We're almost there. We are almost there. We're in touching distance of the big 4-0. And then we start chasing the 50. That's what happens. I bring it to you straight on this channel. No bull, no fluff, no skirting around the edges. I'll say what I see and I'll give my full opinion on it and then get you guys in on the action as well, which I'm going to do right now. This is your moment, guys. Get all your comments coming in. Tony, Adam, do you know how I can become a member of the Manchester United disabled group, as I am registered blind and I'd love to go to Old Trafford? Actually, I don't actually know for certain. I think it's just a straightforward contacting the club and the membership section on the website. I'm sure there is a number you can get straight through to Manchester United. So I would definitely look into that. Me personally, no, I've not had that experience of trying to apply or know anyone who has applied. Sorry, Tony, but I'm sure the club would definitely take your call on that and answer any questions that you need answering. S-Vile, hopefully, Tony, you get some result out of that as well. S-Vile, do you think Anana is coming straight back into the team or will Binder keep his place? Anana's coming straight back into the team. I'm just going to tell you straight now. I don't think it's right. I really don't. How Cameroon dropped him for 3 games was a complete waste of time us sending him there. He's come back with a worse record in the competition because he only played 1 game. And, yeah, we look like idiots, really, again, don't we, in doing it. £76,000, was it? £80,000? Something like that we paid to charter that plane out. Oh, disgraceful. But, hey, private jets are all the rage at United right now. Luke Casey, who turns up to the training ground with their agent because they've done something wrong? Marcus Rashford does. He does. Graham there filling in. Tony, thank you very much, Graham. That's what I like about the community here. There's always someone to answer one of the questions. Graham has been around and following United for years, going to games, Tony, so do listen in to what he has to say. He will know or know someone that does know how to get what you need, the information especially that you need for becoming a disabled member or season ticket member for that side of things. Bexy, I imagine Rashford has a health-related issue based on how it's being handled. Could be. Could well be. But, again, that same team that was with him, people keep forgetting this. Because something's been said by the football club, people automatically go, oh, there has to be something else to that then. Well, no, there doesn't. He was told by Ten Hag first time he did it, and now it's happened again. So them same people that are brought into Carrington to help him were the same people that were probably telling him he's all right in doing what he was doing in Belfast They knew what they were doing. And now they're looking for that sob story to try and back themselves out of this corner. That is what's happening. There is no subs. There is no way out. There is no way out of this. You simply have to get out on that pitch and actually play football and play it to a better standard than what you have been doing this season. That's your only out right now. And eventually that out will be out of the football club. There are rumours that PSG are ready in a bid as well. That rumour was going around today. It was... I can't remember which publication it was in, actually. I'm just going to have a quick look on that one, just to double check, guys. Bear with me 1 second. I think it wasn't L'Équipe anyway. It was. Let me bring it up for you right now. Paper Sport, iSport it was. It says Paris Saint-Germain are plotting a transfer move for Marcus Rashford this summer. Are they going to come back in for Marcus? Will they change their minds if Marcus carries on in the vein of form that he's in right now? I don't know. I really don't know. Well, we will see on that one. I did want to talk about Ahmad as well. But before I do, guys, we're just on the edge of 200 likes. So please do give the video a like again, guys. Get that like button smashed. Let's get up to the 200 mark. I think we're only, 10 away from it. Please, let's get there now. I want to talk about Ahmad next because there's more rumours going around. Obviously, we've seen the tweet that went out from Sunderland. And he likes that video, that tweet, which was basically saying, if Manchester United are not going to find a place in the team for you playing against League 2 Newport, then it's quite clear you're not in the right place. Come back and play football where you are loved. And he liked that. That was from Sunderland. And the rumours today coming out are that it's understood Manchester United youngster Amad Diallo has directly asked the club to allow him to rejoin Sunderland on loan before the close of the transfer window. So Facundo Pellistri is now in Spain finalising his loan to Granada. There's another player out of the way. Ahmad, if he goes, then Manchester United are threadbare. And that would definitely mean that we are relying now on Mr. Marcus Rashford this season, because we've gone from having, at one point this season, Sancho, Antony, Rashford, Pellistri, Ahmad, 5 possible. Even even Bruno and Mason Mount can play on the right-hand side. Numerous options for that right-hand side. To then losing Sancho, to then losing Pellistri, and possibly now losing Ahmad as well. I would find it strange if Manchester United let Ahmad go, because it's just going to take another bad injury to a certain player. Say, for instance, right now you get something happens with Højlund's back, which is an ongoing back issue that he's got. You've automatically then got to put Rashford in at centre forward, and then all you've got is Antony and Garnacho. That's it. We're threadbare. And that's got to carry us through to the end of the season. If we let Ahmad go, I think it's suicidal, to be honest. I don't think we've got enough players. And I've said this before in terms of Manchester United having more than enough to get through to the end of the season with the amount of games that we've got, which isn't loads compared to last season, but to lose 3 right-sided wingers, I know Sancho was isolated and was in exile and he wasn't giving us anything anyway, but that's 3 right-sided attacking players gone in one January window. We haven't got enough to carry on through the rest of the season, so for me, no, I don't think it's a smart move letting Ahmad go, but you can see why he wants to. He could just waste the rest of the season being sat on that Manchester United bench, because Erik ten Hag, and like we said, the top of this story, everything and all the stories lead into one, which is the top one in this story, that Berrada is watching, everyone at United is watching Ten Hag to see how he handles the rest of this season. He cannot afford to lose 2 games now from now until the end of the season. That's it. It's done pretty much if he does. We will lose another 2. We will lose probably another 5 games this season, Manchester United. And that will definitely see us out of the Champions League places. So Ten Hag is going to be judged on everything right now. Can he make Ahmad work in this team? Is he willing to give him a chance ahead of Rashford and Antony? I don't think he is, because the priority is making Rashford work after everything that's gone on. and making Anthony work because he spent so much money on him. He's trying to prove that he is the right man. Let's not forget about Onana coming back in goal straight away and not helping us or changing anything at all. And then finding a spot for Mason Mount. I just don't know how he's going to do it. I really don't. But I can see why Ahmad wants out, because I don't think he's going to get the game time. I really don't. I don't want him to go because I really worry about us actually getting a couple of injuries now and us being threadbare completely, to a point where we probably will start seeing Mason Mount because Bruno's playing on the right-hand side. It'd be an absolute disaster for Manchester United. Adam, in your opinion, do you think Berrada will sack Ten Hag? Yes, I do, because I don't see Ten Hag turning this season around. Everything inside me wants him to turn it around, and I want Ten Hag to succeed, just because he has been this hard hand and has dealt with players differently and been the first one that's really upset the United summer camp bubble that has been going on at Carrington. That's what I want to happen, but it is going to be a difficult ask. It really is. We will see, but I do believe, yes, that Berrada will end up getting rid of Erik Ten Hag. What else have we got here in the chat before we finish up? I don't mind Mounts, but unless Erik Ten Hag is getting rid of Bruno, then it's the most pointless signing I've ever seen in my 40 years of supporting the club. I've said that myself. I don't know why we brought Mason Mount in when we could have spent that money elsewhere. Adi Kunnell says, but Erik Ten Hag doesn't fancy Ahmad, so why wasting his development on the bench here when he plays regularly at Southampton, Sunderland? This is Ten Hag again. He'll stop players going out on loan because he wants that extra body there. I'd be actually thinking, Ahmad must be well jealous of Pellistri right now going out on loan. He needs game time. He needs game time. I can fully see Pellistri, Ahmad gone in the summer. I can see us making way. I really can. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult summer for a lot of players, because I think they're just going to get the cutthroat. See you later. They are there. Find another club. We found another club for you. We've sold you. Whatever the conversation is, there's going to be a lot of players that are leaving Manchester United this summer, and I think the manager will be following them. I do. I just don't see it turning around. I know what I've been watching. I know how crap the football is. I know how disjointed this team is and the lack of leadership within. I still think there's players there that have got a real issue with the manager and are not playing for him. Please, please, please convince me otherwise and show me on the pitch that I am wrong, United. But I just can't see it. I can't see it. And I think I'll be talking to you after games, probably more in the downbeat than the upbeat, because of what we've just witnessed and watched. I do believe that this game against Wolves on Thursday is probably going to be one of them. It is, sadly, it is. But, hey, we're here to be surprised, and hopefully I'm proved wrong and Man United get the win against Wolves, and I will be buzzing with that. There's a decent footballer in Ahmad. So surprised he didn't get a chance against Newport. I think we all were. I think it was only because so many players needed game time after having such a long break that Ahmad didn't get his chance. I think that's why he probably didn't play, to be honest. With McTominay having a higher pass succession percentage than Bruno, is it time to drop Bruno for Mount? No, it's not. Bruno's a different player to McTominay. McTominay's pass succession is passing backwards, sideways. He doesn't play the killer pass. He's too scared to. So his numbers and them stat numbers for me count for absolutely nothing. It's the assist and the clear-cut chances that are created that I want to see. Tackles won, duels won, things like that. That's what I want to see. Anthony says, I don't understand why we're letting all of these exciting young talents leave. The first team have been crap this season. Give the youth a chance. It's not, if not now, then when? This is the predicament that Erik Ten Hag has got himself stuck in. He's stuck with these players that he's brought in, and he needs to show that he can make them work. Otherwise, it looks like he's wasted the club millions, and that, under the new ownership, is going to be a massive no. So that is what is happening right now. United Spotlight, Erik Ten Hag will survive the summer if Liverpool and Barca and maybe Arsenal need managers. Whoever are going to get, who we ever going to get at that point. I think Ineos have already got a manager lined up. I do. They've got the new director of football lined up. There's 4 of them. Obviously, we know about the main protagonists. Obviously, Dan Ashworth, Paul Mitchell, Dougie Friedman, to name a few. It is going to come down to them. We were looking at Maldini as well. That name has been brandished around a bit. Not in a serious nature, but there apparently has been serious consideration for Maldini at Manchester United in a director of football sort of role. So, yeah, don't discard it. It is a possibility as well. So, yeah, I feel like it will happen probably just after the ratification for the 25% stake from Ineos. So around that time, I think that's when we're going to start finding out exactly who these new directors of football recruitment team are going to be with United. So, yep. A few more comments just before we finish up. United need a manager capable of bringing through a great crop of youngsters that we currently have. Paul, 100% agree with that. We have got a real good batch of players coming through. It was a great weekend for United. The women's team, the under-18s, the under-21s, and obviously the first team, we all won. All bagging plenty of goals. Lots of talent coming through that Manchester United ranks right now. Good to see Mava back on the score sheet again, getting 4 over the weekend for the under-21s. Blighted by injuries and was part of that Garnacho and Mainu FA Youth Cup winning side as well. He's just been hampered by injuries and not progressed as quickly. So we may see him start to come through very soon as well over the next couple of years. Another one to look out for. And obviously the crop that's coming through from the under-18s is special. So we need to really nurture them and, like the comment said, bring them through and have the right type of manager and structure in place to help them players. But it only counts for them players coming through when you've got experience there alongside them. You cannot just blood all youngsters. It won't happen like that in the modern day football, in the modern day game. Who would I choose for director of football? I would honestly choose Ashworth, Dan Ashworth. I think he's the right man for United. I think he would work well with Berrada. I think that structure looks really strong for United. When everything above is right, it makes getting the right decision for the manager and the coach staff and the team right. This is what we've had a problem with all along. Where it looks like we've got the right manager in, it's then fallen down because of everything above him. Get that sorted first, which we should have in place before the season finishes, and then everything else should fall in place naturally, and the club should run as a proper football club. But yes, we will see. Time will tell. If buts and maybes, guys, again. But yeah, that is it. We are done and dusted, guys, for another show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go get your feet up and watch the football tonight. Plenty of games on. We will be back tomorrow. Yes, so I'm going to be back in a midday show again. Unless something else breaks. Again, we don't hope that it does. But just in case, I'll bring it to you. As always, make sure you do give the video a like. Subscribe if you tune in for the first time. Scan the QR code and join the revolution, which is SofaScore, the best up-to-date sports app out there, guys. They are our new partners now. Football, baseball, American football, anything you want, even cricket. Go and get all of your updates on that app right there. The fastest and best out there. Partners with FUTV. And yeah, guys, in the description below is also the link to the Fantasy 5 League, which we are doing, our fantasy league here. They are joining up with us and giving everyone a chance to win 5k. There have been 2 jackpot winners already this season. It is real. And more details on that will be coming in the coming days as well. But there is a community post there as well, guys, for you to get all the information off on the page, on the YouTube page now. But guys, that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in. That is all your updates done and dusted on the club right now and where we're at. And hopefully I will see you all again tomorrow. Yep, 12 o'clock and then 6:30 and anything in between. But now, go and enjoy the footy and I'll see you all then. Ladies, everyone.